Hi everyone, I'm Zoe, I'm a physiotherapist and Pilates instructor, and welcome to our 80s theme Pilates class in aid of sport relief. So the class we've recorded here is an intermediate class, so it is a little bit harder. So if you are new to Pilates or you've just started or maybe not even done Pilates before, then please go and check out our beginners class that we've recorded. It's 80s themed still, so you can join in all the fun, but that's a great place to start if you are just starting out with your Pilates practice. So let's get started. So we're going to start with our feet hip distance apart, and we're just going to spread out the toes. So I hope you're liking the pink leg warmers, by the way. So we're going to think about lengthening up through the legs, think about pelvis nice and level and tailbone pointing down towards the floor. Ribs just relaxing over the pelvis, collarbones nice and wide, and then just bringing the arms down by the side. So just think of that sense of length through the spine, and I'm going to get everyone to take a nice deep breath in and out. Fantastic. So from here, we're going to peel one heel up, keeping those knees lined up with the hips, and we're just going to start a little walk out on the spot. And you can get the arms working, but we don't want any 80s hips. We're going to keep our hips in and keep that control through the pelvis. And just breathe nice and gently. Whoops, just as she nearly falls over. I'm just a bit too excited, I think that's what it is. And we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the heels down, hands to the pelvis. We're going to take the weight from the heels and just come up onto the toes. We're going to hold it there and peel down. So if we breathe out to come up, we're going to breathe in to hold, and we're going to breathe out to come down. If you want to get the arms going, we're going to come up and do 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. So we're peeling up, holding it there, tailbone pointing towards the floor. And down. 2 more. So we're going to come up, 1, 2, 3, and down. Last set. Hopefully you can feel those legs working. 3, 4, and down. Brilliant. Let's take the feet a little bit wider. I am sticking to the mat a little bit, I think, for bare feet. So we're going to take the toes, turn them out slightly, and you want the knees to stay lined up with the feet. And as we do, we're going to come down into a little squat and lengthen back up. So weight into those heels. Breath out and breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Reminds me of those Keep Fit videos that we used to do. Breath out. Adding the arms in now. So we're going to bring the arms forward and down. Keep the control through the spine, so you're keeping that length. Breath out. Breath in. 2 more. And back. This time, we're just going to come back halfway and bring the arms in front, just dropping the shoulders. We're going to open, do a little twist through the waist, and then back to centre. Breath out. And breath in. Think about knees lined up with the feet. Weight slightly into the heels. And we've got that length through the spine. And back. And centre. Lovely. Let's do 1 more to each side. So we open, let the ribs twist. We come back to centre, lengthen, and come down. Brilliant. Hands to the pelvis again. We're going to come down. And we're going to do some little bounces. So imagine that you're sitting on a big gym ball and you're bouncing up and down. Again, knees over the feet. And we're going to bounce. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. You should start to feel those thighs working. 5, 4, 3, 2, and lengthen up. And we're going to do 1 more. So breath in, breath out, and pulses. You could do a little longer if you want, but you don't have to. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it there. I think I stopped a bit early. 4, 3, 2, and breath out, lengthen. Fantastic. Let's walk the legs in and have a little walk out on the spot. Lovely. Before we come and have a lie down, I'm just going to stretch out through the waist. So just let those knees soften. We're going to take a breath in, and we're just going to reach up into a little stretch. And down. Same to the other side. We're going to reach up into a little stretch. And back. Breath out. Last one. And back. So hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer. We're going to warm up our lower back and then we're going to come down onto the mat. So if I get you to come to the end of your mat so that you're facing where you're going to be exercising, and we're going to stand up nice and tall. So just imagine that behind you you've got a wall and your head, shoulders, bottom and heels are just lightly touching the wall. And then as you breathe out, we're going to start to peel away from the wall, starting at the head and then working our way down. And then when your hands get to about level with your knees, and then you get to bend the knees and bring your hands on top of your thighs. And then from there, we're going to let the back arch, drop the ribs forward, keep the shoulders down, and then we're going to tuck and curl and down. So we're breathing out, and we're breathing in. Keeping those knees lined up with the feet, and just mobilising that lower back. And breath in. We're just going to do one more in each direction. And then as we tuck under this time, we're going to lengthen and we're going to re-stack up nice and tall. Breath in at the top. Breathing out, we're going to roll all the way down this time. Right the way down. And then just let the arms relax. Let the knees bend. And then we're going to come down onto our mat. Fantastic. So far, so good. So we're going to now work a little bit on our core muscles. So from here, we're going to take the arms slightly in front of us, and we're going to have our knees hip distance apart. Keeping the length through the spine, we're going to push forward into our plank position. We're going to draw the sitting bones slightly in, and don't let your tummy drop down. Hold it there, and then we're going to come back. So we're going to push forward and hold, shoulders away from the ears, looking down between the hands. And down. Two more. Forward. Hold it there as you're breathing in. Breathing out to come back. And forward. And hold. And back. Okay, so next level, we're going to come forwards and up, and we're going to do a little walk on the spine. So we're going to come up and down. And what we're making sure is that we're not bending our back, so it's just the legs doing the work. Breath out to bend, in to come down. So little breaths. I apologise for the squeaky mat. Last one. And then we come back. Last set, it's very hot in this lycra outfit, I have to say. The last set is just working on our oblique muscles. So we're going to come up, and then the knee comes towards the opposite elbow. Now what we're watching is that we're not twisting, so we're just bringing the knee across, shoulders away from the ears, little breaths. Again, squeakiness always adds to the effect. Last ones, and then we're going to come back, and then we get everyone to come back into a little stretch. Shoulders down, breath going into the thighs, and a few breaths in and out. Fantastic. Okay, from here, we've got one more on our hands and knees. This one's working a little bit more on our control through our spine. So we want knees under hips this time, hands under shoulders. And we're going to do opposite arm to opposite leg, and we're trying to keep our lower back nice and lengthened. So we're going to lengthen and come in. We're going to do 8 for 80s. So breath out, breath in. And in. And back. 2 more after this one. I think that's 8. We'll do one more for good luck, just in case. And we'll come down, same to the other side. So we're going to breathe out, breath in. Keep that control. So as we're doing the exercise, I've no idea how many we've done, by the way. We're not using our back. Let's do one more. We might be in the 90s now. And then we're going to come back into that stretch again and have a stretch out. Fantastic, let's come over onto our back. So, if you come onto your side, you're going to need just a little cushion just to support your head, she says. And then we're going to come over onto our back. So, first things first, get yourself nice and comfortable. We want feet hip distance apart, knees lined up with the pelvis or through the hips, and we're just finding that neutral spine, rib cage nice and soft. So we're going to go into our scissors. Let's float one leg into tabletop. Keeping this connection at the front, we're going to take the second leg into tabletop. And we want to make sure we're going to keep the tummy nice and level. So we're going to breathe out to tap and into return. Out to tap and into return. So just start off just getting those tummy muscles working, keeping that control. And then if you want to work a little bit harder, from here, as one leg comes up, the other comes down. So we're doing little taps down to the floor, feeling those tummy muscles working, wide through those collarbones, lengthen through the neck. And we're going to go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to bring the hands behind the thighs, draw the legs into the chest, have a little hug. Breath in and out. Fantastic. Let's bring the legs down. We're going to go for a little stretch. So bring the arms out to the side, knees and feet together, and have your shoulder blades just gently relaxing into the mat so they're your anchor points. And we're going to take the knees across to stretch. And you can just take the head across the opposite way. And then realign back on your mat. So we're breathing out as we move away. Great, breathing in to hold. Breathing out as we come back to centre. Nice stretch through the waist. We're not forcing any of the movements. We're just going to do one more to each side, breathing out into hold. And last one. And we come back to centre. Bringing the feet hip distance apart. Now you might not need the pillows under this one because we don't want to put any tension on the neck. So I tend to leave one block in because I find it more comfortable. Just be aware, and if you need to take one block out, then please do. So from here, knees bent a little bit more. We're going to tilt the pelvis, and we're going to roll and peel up into our shoulder bridge. So we're going to come up, pelvis nice and level, and we've got this nice line to our shoulder blades. We're going to hold it there for a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to peel the spine down into the mat, bone by bone, just back to that neutral position. And again, so we're doing these ones just to mobilise, get those bottom muscles working, hold it there, gently peel down. So with this one, you just want to watch that you don't overarch your back as you go up. So what you want to make sure, if I go a little bit further, that you don't sort of go into this position. You want to keep that nice length. This time we're going to hold that there. We're going to take the arms up over our shoulders, keeping the pelvis level. We're going to take the arms overhead and back. Breath out, breath in. So just watch for this. You don't drop the bottom. You don't feel the pelvis twist. You should feel that working through the legs. Breath out, breath in, breath out. We're nearly there. 2 more. Last one. As we come down, we're going to bring the arms down to the mat, then we're going to peel ourselves bone by bone, back down, and then we're going to draw one leg in, the other leg in, and just give yourself a little stretch. Fantastic. I think we've got time just for one last exercise to finish off. So we're going to finish off again with a little tummy workout, coming into double tabletop. So lifting one leg, keeping that connection between the ribs and pelvis, taking the second leg up. And then we're going to start with opposite hand on the top of our thigh, The other hand on the outside and lengthen one leg away. And we're going to come in and out. Breath out, breath in. Keeping the pelvis level, making sure that we're not straining anywhere. And we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come into double tabletop, drawing the knees in towards the chest. And then lengthen and down. Let's finish with a stretch out. So lengthen the legs, arms overhead. Nice deep breath in. And out. And then bringing the arms back down. Let's roll onto the side. And then just coming up into standing, just make sure you're feeling okay. So onto the hands and knees. And then we're just going to bring one leg and the other leg. And then just finishing up nice and tall, taking a breath in. Reach to stretch. And breath out. Breath in. And out. Let's do one more, growing a little bit taller as our arms come back down. And relax. Well done, everyone. Thank you for joining in. I hope you all joined in your 80s gear at home as well, so I'm not just here on my own. And I hope that I'll get to see you all again soon.